Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Exotic Wine Travel. I'm your host, Matthew Horkey. So, it is approximately 9 o'clock. Shireen and I just arrived, settled down to our apartment here in Belgrade, Serbia. I'm doing the show. We're going to try a sample, a bottle of wine, our first Serbian wine, and then probably go to bed because we're a bit jet lagged. Probably one of my least favorite international flying experiences. Shireen and I were in the middle aisle, the two middle seats, and on to the right of Shireen was probably the biggest, I'm talking about the biggest girl on the plane. And to my left, there was a big smelly guy, and there was no room anyway, so the whole flight, I was like this, and I couldn't sleep. So I am a little bit tired, but we packed down here in Belgrade. I walked to the supermarket just to pick up some water, a few things, and look at their wine selection like I always do. So when I was looking in the a few shops and supermarkets, I felt really dumb because I was looking at everything, and I can't read. Everything's in Serbian. I couldn't stand, and I literally felt like a first-time wine buyer again. That's what I remember. That's exactly what I felt like when I first started getting into wine, and it was so funny. A lot of the wines were real inexpensive, but did not look that great. But luckily, I walked around the corner of the of the supermarket, and there was a wine shop. It had Italian, French, and a whole row of Serbian wine. So I walked in. To me, the labels looked better. So if the wineries are going to invest in the labels, maybe that means that they're willing to invest to make their wine better. But once again, everything was in Serbian, so I could not understand anything. But I picked out this bottle by chance here. This is by Aleksić Winery. This is called their Nostalgija blend from 2012. Now, it's so funny. I was choosing between wines, and there's a couple famous red grapes in Serbia that I wanted to try, but for some reason, I thought I might go for a cheap and cheerful wine, and this silver medal winner in this International Wine Challenge, it was all shiny and nice and attracted me, so I thought, if I don't know anything about the wines, maybe I'll go for a medal winner. When I eventually did look this up, I found out it's a fairly new winery owned by three sisters, a woman winemaker. This has no information on the back that I can read. I don't know if you can see that. It's all in Serbian. I can't find the grape breakdown. I found out eventually that it's Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Vranac. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know if Vranac, I thought it was a Montenegrin grape. Now maybe it's a Serbian grape. Also, they make it in Macedonia, so who knows? We'll see. So let's give this a shot. This was $4 at the wine shop. This Airbnb place did not have wine glasses, so we're going to be tasting old school and these big water glasses. So let's give this a go. Right away, I have to tell you right now, I'm impressed with the color. It's more ruby than I would expect from a wine that has Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot in it. I don't know the percentage and the breakdown, so maybe there's more Vranac in it. Let's give it a little bit of a smell. Now, of course, aromatically, we're not going to get as much smell out of this wine as in these little shot glasses. For me, I'm picking up a surprisingly decent aromas of sour cherry, raspberry, maybe a little vanilla. I mean, I can't get my nose real. Shireen, what else are you picking up?
The first thing I smelled was baked goods. Like fresh bread.
Oh, yeah. It could be. I get a little bit of baked good, not a ton. That's a little bit of a stretch for me. Let's give this a little bit. Actually has, you know what? I'm impressed. I really like color. I actually prefer lighter colored wines, more ruby wines, like burgundy colored, that you can see through a little bit, not the dark inky wines. Let's give this a little bit of a taste. I get right away. So when we were in Armenia, we tasted some wines that had not been finished yet. So they were still in the fermentation bay. There's a little bit of frizzante action going on, a little bit of bubbles. Did you pick that up, Shireen?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So this wine is like from 2012. So actually, the flavor components are there, like some sour cherry blackberry. There is front, middle, and end palate, although the tannins can get a little bit chalky at the end. This to me tastes, it doesn't taste horrible, but it tastes like it's not finished in the winemaking process. What would you say, Shireen?
Yeah, it's not balanced.
May-
And I don't taste I don't see bubbles, but you feel the fizzy sensation on your tongue.
You know what? Maybe it feels like almost that fermentation hadn't gone all the way through. Maybe that's why they smell the baked goods, because there's yeast in. It doesn't taste awful. It's not atrocious to me. For me, I mean, I paid $4 for it. I'm gonna score this wine about 83 points. It's a little bit more than drinkable. I think if it was like it went through the winemaking process a little bit further along, then it'd be a very good wine. I was expecting a lot worse for our first wine experience in Serbia. We'll be posting lots of videos. We're going through Serbia, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we'll be going on site. We'll be tasting a lot of new exotic wines. I'll look like a fool because I won't be able to pronounce any of the names. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Exotic Wine Travel. Try some new stuff. Don't be scared. And I'll see you at the next episode.